Hello and welcome to Kezbookreviews. Beautiful Friday morning here, and I hope you are all well. I have spent the last, I'd say 3 to 4 days chuckling away to myself because I've been reading this book here, The Borrowed Life of Frederick Fife. What a book. It really took my imagination on quite a journey. I can tell you this much. It started off a little bit sad about a man that's going to find himself a senior man. He's going to find himself quite homeless. He has no money to pay the rent, he has no money for food, and he has no money to live a life. And so he actually, the book opens up with him examining a public toilet, so where he can sleep and remain dry. I think the book's written in and around Sydney, so it's Sydney, Australia. So it's starts off with a little bit of sadness, but there's also quite a bit of tongue-in-cheek humour. Now, I know there's nothing funny about being homeless, but the way this book is written just took my imagination and actually made me stand in those shoes. So the story does get better, I can tell you this much. I'll read you a little bit from the back. It says, The Borrowed Life of Frederick Fife is a warm, life-affirming debut about a bizarre case of mistaken identity that allows a lonely old man one last chance to be part of a family. The film rights sold to Netflix. Imagine that, your book's film rights sold. But the back of the book says, would you mind, terribly old boy, if I borrowed the rest of your life? And that's the question he asks when he begins to borrow another man's life. And the book will tell you why. I actually found it very tongue-in-cheek humour, as I said before. The story is sad in places, it's humorous in places. It makes you, and it made me stop and think about how many seniors out there are truly homeless and very lonely. And I found that the saddest part about the book is when the author writes about the grief of his deceased wife, even though she died many years ago. They were very close. And also the loneliness he has felt ever since, having no family, or I should say, having no family that is interested in him as a person, wanting to love him as a dad, granddad, maybe great-granddad, who knows, or a son. I mean, there are families, people out there that have this in their lives, and it encourages you, I should say, to stand in their shoes. And what would it be like if my children didn't want me in their lives, and there's no parents and no one to turn to, no cousins, no great friends, they've all deceased. So it really is a thinking book, but written with tongue in cheek. The rest of the back of the book says, Frederick Fife was born with an extra helping of kindness in his heart. If he borrowed your car, he would return it washed, polished, and full tank of petrol. Fred's luck changes when, in a bizarre case of mistaken identity, he takes the place of a cranky Bernard Greer at the Wattle River Nursing Home. And that's when the story really steps into being quite a journey. Suddenly he has a roof over his head, warm meals in his belly, and most importantly, the chance to be part of a family again. Strangers they may be, but they welcome him into their lives. Fingers crossed, his poker face is in better nick than his prostate, or the jig is up. Guys, you've got to read this book. It really is a hoot in places. And as I said, if you're a person with a big family that surrounds you with love, how lucky are you? So I'll leave it there for now, folks. I'll give you another book review on Monday. Talk to you very soon. It's bye from me.